In response to months of continuous attacks from the regime in Iran against the State of Israel, right now, the Israel Defense Forces is conducting precise strikes on military targets in Iran. The regime in Iran and its proxies in the region have been relentlessly attacking Israel since October 7th on 7 fronts, including direct attacks from Iranian soil. Like every other sovereign country in the world, the State of Israel has the right and the duty to respond. Our defensive and offensive capabilities are fully mobilized. We will do whatever necessary to defend the State of Israel and the people of Israel.
Local media has confirmed that while citing the, and I quote, informed sources that Iran is prepared to respond to the Israel's attack, unquote. While in fact what we are given to understand that as Israeli military conducted the retaliatory airstrikes against Iran, Iran media has in fact now confirmed that they are also preparing for in fact an attack in retaliation to these airstrikes. So as my guest also comprehensively put it in perspective that these precise airstrikes will be retaliated and it will not be later. In fact, very soon we are going to be seeing in fact more escalation as far as these developments are concerned on the ground and the bases where the missile attacks have been launching. All right, viewers. All right. I'll get back to my guest in that regard. In fact, Major Muhammad Ali Shah, what we are also hearing as per the updates that we are tracking live is that, you know, how do you view this United States coming clear and washing their hands, saying they have no role as per these precise attacks, and you have also said that how United States is in fact behind all of this planning and the launchpad of these air raids, but at the same time, given around the corner there are US presidential elections and at this given point these statements are made. Do you think these are made strategically at this point to evade any kind of a consequence, or is it not in the interest of the US to have said and made these statements, which are of course of high concern?
Right. It's a very, very good question. You know, see, it is an interest to the US because of they are having the elections, and US should have intervened much earlier, and not just intervened, but ensured that this war stops. They couldn't do it. They were not successful in doing it, and now they're going to be buying the brunt of it as well, because America is washing their hands off, saying that, okay, we were informed, all right, about the military targets, but not of the oil refinery and the nuclear power plant, which they honored, which Iran honored, which Israel honored. Israel had attacked parts of military centers in the province of Tehran, Khuzestan, and Ilam. These were where the military bases were situated, in especially in Khuzestan and Ilam. And when America washes their hands off, and because Kamala Harris will get a few less votes, because she will anger people. And when you anger people, of course, as politicians. Now, what happens when elections take place, or what happens when there's a war? Okay, let me give you a scenario of a war. When a war takes place, as a soldier I'm talking about, at the end of the war, every soldier is willing to die for the motherland, to kill and get killed. There's no problem in that. But at the end of the war, what happens? A mother waits for her son. A father waits for his son. A brother waits for his brother. A sister waits for her brother. A friend waits for his friend. It is the politicians, the law, they shake hands and come together. So who bears the brunt? The common man. A common soldier suffers. So as a soldier today, I am a soldier for peace. And I say, whenever there is a war between any nation, anywhere, it's not good. Our Prime Minister at the beginning of Russia-Ukraine war also, he had given a statement. He had told Russia and Ukraine both to end this war because no one is going to be coming out victorious out of it. Both the parties are going to be losers. No one's going to win from it. So similarly, in a war-like situation like this, it's going to be, so far it's been between state actors and non-state actors. State actors, Israel, and non-state actors, Hamas, Hezbollah, Houthi. So it's going to be very, very dangerous, and there's a very, very dangerous game being meted out in the Gulf.
Start with the latest. Iran's army released a statement minutes ago saying that two Iranian army men died in the aftermath of the Israeli strikes last night. This was literally moments ago before I went online. This is the latest. I think this chain of events, losing two army men, makes it difficult for Iran not to, respond or to restrain, because there have been reports, including the one published in the New York Times, saying that if Israel carries out a limited strike, Iran would be willing to let that go and pass it off. But then again, two army men died, and despite what the IDF says, yes, there may have not been any targetings of sensitive nuclear sites that contain uranium, but the Iranian air defense system in the city of Khondab, which protects the heavy water reactor in Iraq, was activated, and it was heavily engaged, in fact, countering drones and projectiles from Israel. So, in fact, they did try to target one nuclear facility, though it's a heavy water reactor, and it does not contain anything that could contaminate the air around that area. But it is a nuclear facility that is under the IAEA investigation. So, and IAEA inspectors come and go frequently. So that is one of the red lines that Iran had already warned. It has been crossed, an attempt to target a sensitive nuclear facility, and losing two army men. That makes it much more difficult.
Our information is that Iran is trying to play down the impact of these strikes. The explosions that were heard late last night or early this morning over Tehran skies, Iran or agencies in Iran have claimed that these are actually the air defense systems in Iran that neutralize the incoming projectiles. We do know some of these were airstrikes, at least that's the initial information that's trickling in. Were these drones also that were used, and multiple drones that were used? We're still awaiting more details, and we're still waiting to figure out whether these are only two waves of airstrikes by Israel, or will more waves follow? Because Israel appears to be following a very systematic process. First, neutralize Hamas, then take down Hezbollah, the two sword arms of Iran, and then target Iran directly, Aishwarya.
Do we need